Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, people. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, I'm your host, Mad Morgan. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Musings. Yes, folks, it is another wonderful morning, early morning. We're in the middle of a heat wave here. I'll give you an idea, of course, when we recorded this, but we're in the middle of a heat wave. And as interesting as that is, I think there's a few things I want to talk about today, in this brief little moment. Now, here is my hoping. Anyway, in my car, my pup, my co-pilot pup here, and I'm just thinking to myself here. I'm like, you know what? I'm hoping that this episode gets to air, and it's really scary and sad to say that, but I really do hope it does get to air. And there's plenty more years ahead on that one because it is very frustrating. You know, people have their internal Defcon. They kind of have an internal Defcon because of the craziness that's going on in the world right now. And yeah, that's about it. I mean, it's almost surreal what's going on in the world right now. It's really difficult to comprehend. That's weird. Lie down. All right, you do what you're gonna do. I can't have you drive with me. Okay. It's almost surreal what's going on in the world right now. It's really difficult to wrap my head around. And I'm pretty sure it's the same way for a few other people because when you start hearing what's going on in the world, it's just nuts. But before I get into that, hey, again, I'm your host, Mad Morgan. Please check out the madmorgan.com. More information, details, support about us, a bunch of other stuff, all centrally located at themadmorgan.com. Check it out. Anyways, so here's the deal here. The deal is that the world's crazy right now. Israel and Iran actually exchanging blows. What's going on between Russia and the Ukraine? All these wars are popping up left, right, and center. For what reason? I have no freaking clue. And the only thing I want to start out with is today on this is what the fuck? What do you actually think you're going to achieve? I'm talking to all these quote unquote world leaders. What do you think you are going to achieve by doing all this stuff like that? So, and let me just lay this down for you. If you start running around, threatening that whole nuclear solution as you have, let me tell you what the nuclear solution brings. Complete and utter extinction. You're not going to be around, and guess what? No one else is going to be around to remember you. So let me ask you this, world leaders from Iran and Israel and USA and freaking Russia and all this crap, all these instigators, China, you fucking name it. What do you plan on getting out of this is what I want to know. Because guess what? If that is your ultimate solution, there's nothing. And you want to start sitting back and thinking about your faith and well, blah 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 blah. My God will protect me. Fuck you. First of all, on that one, do you really want to test that? Do you really want to test that theory? Because I know a bunch of you motherfuckers do not truly believe, and you just go through the motions like you do believe. You're just doing it for freaking discounts and, extra privilege. But you're full of shit and you know it. If you're full of shit and you know it, clap your hands, So, so it really makes me wonder, is this just, a power struggle, whipping out of penises to start, going, well, my penis is bigger than yours? Is it to basically, be Mr. Tough Guy in the block? I mean, I'm trying to figure out what all these reasonings is. There's no reason for war right now. It's probably the worst time for this stuff. And you guys are going to start, whipping out your dicks to see who's bigger. Like, it just doesn't make sense. You're not going to get anything out of it. Because if anybody goes that solution, because some of you are mentally fucking stupid and unstable, like Mr. Tramp. So the thing is that you really want to take that chance No, you don't want to take that chance. Because what benefit is there? There is no benefit. There's no benefit at all. It's an end all be all non solution to push that button, let those nukes fly. Oh, you destroyed your enemy. Congratulations, you have how much longer to live to enjoy your victory? Which isn't really a victory. It's misery for everybody. So, you know, I'm just putting that out there. I'm just putting that out there. But anyways, back to I have a Defcon level that I've been thinking about because of all this. And when I actually start shopping for firearms, because I'm fucking up to wazoo, got friggin' licenses for any firearm in the market. So when I start shopping and seriously considering it, this is when that DEFCON level for me is actually getting to the point where I don't want to go out and buy a firearm that I have to actually protect my family with, but I will. And I'll tell you, I don't want to start making those last minute doomsday plans, which involve a couple cartons of cigarettes and going out and telling a few people what I think of them. Because, you know, as much as it's fun to play around with in your head to think about, at the end of it all, you really have to sit back and wonder, right? You know, I'm not really anxious to play out that fantasy, but it's been tempting to consider it. But I really don't want to because my daughter's been working real hard. My wife's got plans. You know, I mean, people got stuff they want to do still. So I really wouldn't want the world to go to shit. I don't want the world to go to shit. I want it to turn around. I still want that Star Trek reality. I still want that Star Trek reality, right? I want that world peace. I want that no money and there's justice and there's fairness and there's integrity. I still want that reality. Oh, I know it's a fairy tale for some, but I still believe it can happen. I still believe it does. It will. And so you can sit there and argue with me till you're blue in the face, but I still want that reality. So, yeah, I want to make it happen. But this reality that's going on now, oh my God, you're sitting there seriously thinking end of days, and I don't want to think that. I don't want to think end of days because I do want to do other stuff, right? I do want to see how things work out. I do want to start working again. I do want to do a lot of things that I'm pretty sure a lot of other people want to do too. But having to think about all this stuff, eh. I mean, a couple of scenarios going on. But you know what the thing is? And I'm going to tell you what the thing here is. I have always said for years now, it is a domino effect. It is a domino, 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 domino effect. Everybody's contribution contributes to the social conscience of what makes up the world. It's true. It's true. Even the smallest amount affects the overall picture. You might not think it, but every single conscious decision, action, betrayal, you name it, all that negativity, it just compacts and it just gets, it's sad, but yeah, it basically all gets put together and becomes this big, ugly pile of shit. Now, when you're sitting there going, well, how does that affect me? Oh, I didn't partake in any of this. Okay, let me give you a scenario. Now, I'm pretty sure there's some of you out there that, know my, my persona, but they also know who I am real life. And that's fine. It's not a big freaking mystery, right? The reality is I just do what I do to protect, my family and stuff like that. So, because when you get outspoken on stuff, people have a tendency to, get all angry and they can't handle the truth and all that crap. So, it is unfortunate, but it is what it is. So, I want to be speaking to those individuals that are listening, and I want you to really think about something tried and true, and I actually want you to be honest with yourself. You know who you are. I want you to be 100% honest with yourself right now, and honestly think to yourself, in all honesty, your shit stinks. Okay, your shit. You can't say your shit don't stink because it does. Okay, a bunch of you are assholes, huge assholes. As much as you think that you're freaking awesome and you're kind and you're considerate and you're fair and everything else, no, actually, you're an asshole. I'm talking to a few names out there. Some of them are a little too distinct to put out there, but there's a few of you that are big assholes. You know, befriend somebody to their face, and then when they're down and out, you're not even there to help them out. You know, you completely make their lives rough when they're struggling and have people that they have to take care of. You think that you're all right just because you take care of your family and support your kids and everything else, but you don't give one shit about the person that just fucking lost their job, is tits up, and friggin' trying to make ends meet, because you're worried about your associations and your reputation and all this other bullshit, but you're not considering everybody else. Some people that you've called friends at one point no longer serve, your convenience. So, fuck them. You don't care about them anymore. You know, let them rot. You see, this is what I'm saying. So those of you that actually think your shit don't stink and that you're innocent and everything else, I'm here to tell you you're fucking full of crap. All right? Like seriously, you're full of crap. You're just as bad as the freaking evil dictators that are in this world. Probably maybe not that extent, but you are crap. You are. And that's just not from my perspective. That's anybody that looks beyond all the bull crap and actually sees the reality of somebody's actions. And that's basically what I'm seeing. Okay? But you know what? Fuck it. I'm talking about the Jasons. I'm talking about the Shanes. I'm talking about the Callums. I'm talking about the Marks. I'm talking about all the two-faced motherfuckers who are nice to people's faces and show fake supports, but then turn around and don't give two shits about you. No support, no help, no pull, although you easily could, but you don't. Why? Why don't you? I don't want your fake fucking sympathies. Fuck that. Get me a job. Help me support my family. Oh, there's some women on there too, but I'm just giving you a roundabout thing. So it is shit like that that actually contributes to where the world is today. And am I without sin? Hell no, I'm not without sin. We all have our issues. But I'll tell you one thing that I'm not. I'm not fake. And that's probably what my problem is. My wife tells me I have to play the fake game. I have to play the game and be full of shit like other people in order to survive in the world. And it's just like, it's sad. It's sad that people can't be honest and true and have integrity and everything else. It is really sad. It's not like a reality I want to be part of, but, it is what it is. But the thing is that there's no reason for this. Why do we have to play this fake game? Why do we have to play this maneuvering game of bullshit? There's no need for it. Help each other out. I'm looking for handouts? Hell no. If I was looking for handouts, I wouldn't still be unemployed after like a year and a half. Okay? I'm unemployed after a year and a half because some jealous motherfucker decided to blacklist me across the board. And make my life even more difficult because they had a friggin' out for me because they didn't want to accept the fact that I was the one who taught everybody. I was the one who got people promoted. I was the one that made everybody else look good. And I'm the one that got fucked in the end because nobody wanted to be reminded about the fact that I was responsible for all their successes. Like, hello. Hello. Anyways, so here we are. Here we are at the point in the world. And I'll go by comparison. It's very simple. So Putin's got everything he wants that he can think of because he's exploited. He's completely walked on a million different people and just basically crapped on them. And he got all this money and everything else, and he has all these rich friends. So he's got all the stuff that he wants, right? So when you have all the money that you possibly need, what do you do next? You go for power. Excuse me. So you got money and you want the power, but you don't have enough power. You don't think you want more power because you want to continue on the easy life. Oh, but now you want to be leaving a legacy. Okay, so he decides, well, I'm going to start rebuilding the USSR because that was a really cool time, and I really like looking at the map. Oh, and I want to be like this Lenin guy and Stalin guy and stuff. I want people to remember me with reverence. This is, in my opinion, this is how it started. He's like, okay, I want people to remember me and blah blah blah. Well, we went about it the wrong way, so I was just going to start trying to reform the USSR. Fair enough. This is what he decides to do: reform the USSR. At least that's what he thinks he's doing. So he decides to pick this fight. Excellent, but it wasn't a clean sweep. He has opposition. He wasn't expecting the opposition, but he got the opposition. So, now he's looking to save face. Now he's like, oh shit, this wasn't an easy clean sweep. It's like, now I actually have to work for this. So, now he's working at it, and still trying to save face. Meanwhile, everybody else gets these marvelous ideas about, fame and fortune and everything else. And yeah, so they're jumping on the bandwagon and decide to start picking fights. So you have, what do you have? You have the terrorist organizations in Palestine decided to pick a fight, throw some stones at the heavily armed Jewish community over in Israel. So they started throwing stones. Guess what? The other side pushes back, and just like a powder keg, boom, blows up. So you have all that going on because these two have had a grudge for a while. So now you got that war going on, in the Middle East, which biblical and it's prophesized and all this other crap. You can change what people's visions are. Don't start thinking that this is the end all be all. All right. So that's going off, and it's just like, okay, so now the pieces on the chessboard are moving and everything else, and then you got China that wants to go to Taiwan because it wants to reemerge. But China's in bed with North Korea, guarantee. But China's in bed with everybody. China's just a one big slut, just likes to screw around with everybody and get in bed with everybody, and that's what they're doing because they're trying to formulate their once empire. And I can see them doing it, but at what expense for everybody else? But I'm just trying to point out here, there's a lot of this maneuvering, which is very much like I see people doing in local every day, even in my little neck of the woods. And it's sad. It's fucking sad. But you're no better than those dictators that are doing this. They might be affecting millions, but you're only affecting a handful. But still, it doesn't make you any better. Are you helping people? No. You're helping yourself. But there's power in numbers. The more people you help, the more people you have to fall back on. I mean, when I was actually working steadily for well over a decade, loyalty, stupidly, to a company, I helped people that were down and out. I gave them money to support their families. I helped them find employment. I actually did all this stuff like that. And that's the thing that kills me, is the fact is that I did everything I could to help out others when I was in a good position and they were down and out. And when shit hit the fan for me and I lost my job and I actually was in a struggle, you know what? All those people that I helped out get back on their feet again disappeared. All the people that I helped with their careers disappeared. I'm like, what the hell do you mean you're disappearing on me? What the fuck? Some of you motherfuckers, I got promoted. Some of you motherfuckers, I got your life's together. Some of you motherfuckers, I had help infiltrate to get you to the point that you're at. But now, because you've used me up and now I need the help, you're not there. And that's kind of what the countries are doing, just on a local basis, you know. Oh, you don't serve my needs anymore. Screw it. I want nothing to do with you. I'm kicking you to the curb. And go la la la. Put my hands on my ears like la la la. I don't hear you. It's not realistic. It's not how it works. Completely stupid. But okay, fine. That's how you want to play it. So let's come back full circle. So shit's hitting the fan, and this is the way the world is, right? It doesn't have to be this way. We can change it up. But I'm starting to have my own little Defcon levels here, thinking about how close we are. And I'm, seriously thinking, shit, I think it's something I might have to consider. But at the same time, I'm sitting there going, well, I did have a short list of stuff I wanted to do if shit hit the fan and the world came to an end. And we ended up going to that completely bad reality. There's a list of things I wanted to do. And I'm thinking to myself, do I really want to do that? Would I really want to go about doing what I said I would do? Because the thing is that it was something that for the longest time I thought about. It was something that I needed to do. And the thing is, I'm kind of sitting there going, part of me is almost wanting to do it. But how would I do it? How would I do it? Would I actually make good on making people know how I felt about them? And actually, would it make a freaking difference? Would it matter? Because if you knew for a fact that your days were numbered, would you go out and have a stern conversation with everybody that did you wrong and lay down the law? That's the biggest question I ask myself. Would I want to actually do that? Go and have that stern conversation and reality check for these people and go, yeah, you did me wrong. You are biggest asshole ever, and I'm going to lay down some law now. Would you want to do that? Would you be doing them a favor? You really have to ask yourself that question, because that's the question I'm asking myself. Do I really want to go about cracking the whip like that? That's the question I've been asking myself. It's been rattling around in my head. Do I really want to go about doing that? Because there's some motherfuckers that have it coming to them. They so have it coming to them. And I think that they should realize how much of a fucking scum ass they are. But some people are just really arrogant and really ignorant, and I really don't think it would make a difference. Because even in the best of times, when you try to point out to somebody, a lot of people are in denial. They have this vision of themselves that they think that their shit don't stink. They think that they're honorable, and they think that they have integrity, and they think that they're good people. And it's unfortunate that they live in such disillusions, because they usually gather in packs of disillusion and support each other. And it's just like, really? So you're all a bunch of fucking lemmings. You're all a bunch of sheep. You're all a bunch of freaking people that for some reason live in this own little imaginary world thinking that you are just so that, but not really realizing what kind of negative impact you had on the overall picture of things. Yes, I am talking to you, motherfucker. You know who you are. Yes, I'm talking to you. Just say it. If I show up on your doorstep to have a nice stern talk with you, you know why? Because I'll be chain smoking cigarettes. It's a good indication. So I'm just saying, Change your ways. And people, it's not too late. If you're listening to this, if this is out there and you're listening to this, at this point, I have enough episodes that I'm at least a little over a month ahead. And that's 2 a week. So this is probably, this one will probably broadcast sometime in August. And if you're listening to this, then great, we made it this far, which is awesome. But it also gives an opportunity for people to get their shit together. It does. It gives you an opportunity to stop throwing all that shit out there and actually doing something good. Don't hide behind your faith or your religion or your culture or your stupid ways of thinking, because that just makes you tough and everything else, and nobody's going to mess with you, and you want respect. Respect is earned by actions, and noble actions at that. Okay? So regardless of how you want to spin it, there is a certain level of goodness. There is a certain basic formula that makes up being good. Just do that. Be good. Be generous. Help people out. Be kind. Say hello to people. Don't be an asshole on the road, be an aggressive, bad driver that likes to speed. No, don't do that kind of shit. Follow the rules of the road. Follow the rules in general. Follow the laws, because that affects everybody. Because it is that formula that keeps us civilized. And if you're not going to be civilized, it just tears away at the fiber of everything. And you deserve to friggin' find a deep, dark pit if I can jump in it, in my opinion. Because if that's what the world's going to come to, that we have to eliminate the bad elements that tear away at the fabric of civilization and society, then so be it. Because there's no reason for us to be at war anymore in this world. There's no reason for us to outdo each other. There's no reason for us to not be kind and considerate and help each other out. Life is too fucking short. On average, you have a good 70 years. Why don't you make something of those 70 years? Why don't you help people out? Why don't you be kind and considerate versus tearing away and being a leech and a parasite and stealing and hurting and everything else? There's no need for the cruelties of the world. There's no reason for it at all. But you can start by helping somebody in need. You can start by realizing people are struggling and help them where you can. This is stuff that you can do. Right now, at this moment, you have it within you. If you have anything, you can do that. So just do it. Don't make excuses. Don't wave it off, because that is adding to the bigger picture. That is adding to the state of the world right now. The wars, the crimes, everything else that's going on. It is a domino effect that starts as little as you not being very supportive of people that have been there for you in the past. It starts as little as that. It's that simple. So you can either do one or two things. You can bury your head in the sand and go la 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 la. You know, oh, this is not me. This is not me. It doesn't affect me. I did nothing to do this. I didn't contribute to this. Oh, I'm innocent. I'm perfect. Oh, I'm a father. I'm a family man. Oh, I'm a successful professional. You can spin it any fucking way you want, buddy. But your name is on the top of somebody's hit list. Okay? And they might show up having, and I'm not talking about, offing people and stuff. So fucking relax, all right? Just chill, all right? But if somebody comes and punches you in the face, well, you know what? You probably had it coming. Just saying. So before you start making every fucking bullshit excuse that you are innocent and trying to convince yourself, just take a realistic look at things. If you've made it this far to listen to this episode and the world is still intact, then start changing today. Because believe it or not, in the domino effect, that little change will make a big difference in the overall consciousness of the universe, of everything. But if you don't care about the welfare of yourself, of your family, of your kids, of your neighbors, of anybody else, you selfish prick, and I say that feminine and masculine, then fine. Keep being the asshole you are. See how far it gets you. See how much you're remembered. See what kind of legacy you leave. Just saying, something you should seriously consider. Because, at the end of it all, man, this is a long episode. At the end of it all, I'm thinking about how I'm going to be remembered, and I still have many years ahead of me, but I'm thinking about how I'm going to be remembered, and I will fucking tell you, dollars to donuts, I bet you if people take a good hard look at my integrity and how good I was to people, I probably will have a lot more of a distance being remembered than a bunch of you fuckers. Just saying. Just saying. I'm trying to make a positive change, and that's why this podcast is here, and that's why you're listening. Because I am trying to actually make a positive change in the world. I am actually trying and making an effort. Trying, and trying to make the effort to actually make the world better in any small way. Because, I just enjoy wasting my money and time trying to do this. No, I don't. I am broke as shit. But yet I'm still dishing out money every single month to pay for my services, to get the podcast out there, to get the message, to try to help people. Think about that for 1 second. That's called self-sacrifice. Not because I like to hear myself fucking talk. It's because I am trying to actually influence a change. So I want you to think about that for 1 second. All right? Just think about that one for 1 second. Anyways, with that being said, listen, Linda. I love that. A buddy I play with online introduced me to that line. Okay, so the thing is you really, 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 really have to think about this one. Okay, so make the change. Make the fucking change and start with yourself. That's all I'm saying. Make the change. And then we'll go from there. And you'd be surprised how that mindset, when it changes, when you change your ways, when you change your way of thinking, when you start being positive, when you start actually helping people, when you stop being the asshole you are, how it affects everything around you. It's almost uncanny how it affects everything around you. And it will. But why don't you start with the people that you really brushed off, when you could have helped them out, and start with that. Start giving back. Start helping people. And start helping the people that can't really do anything for you because they've already done it. But start helping them out. That's where you can start. That's all I'm saying. Start there. Start there. Make a positive change to make everything better, but you have to start with yourself, and you have to get your head out of your ass and start realizing that, because that will affect the global scale of things. You're not any better than Putin. You're not any better than these criminals, these war criminals, these evil men that are self-serving and don't care about what happens to people and their families and everything else. That they're only after money and power and all that. It's really sad. And frankly, yeah, I'm going to say this, and authorities can kiss my ass if they have a problem with it. I hope that there's some sharpshooter out there that goes around and starts picking off fucking leaders, that starts friggin' snipering their asses, because they are a plague. They are an element that is destroying this world. And I would not be surprised if I turned on the news and Putin was assassinated and Trump was assassinated and friggin' Akabaka Waka Shmaka was friggin' assassinated. Like, all these friggin' evil men have been taken out, and their generals, and everybody else that has that fucking fucked up mentality of theirs, that are actually psychopaths and frankly are suicidal, because they don't care, because they have to know that if they move forward with these stupid ideas, it's a no-win situation. Nobody's going to win. So you have to be suicidal to actually even consider implementing any of these plans like nuclear war and shit. Come on. You got to know that that's the end of it all. So somebody's got to take him out. You know what? And as much as it might make me sound morbid, I'm not promoting hate. I'm not promoting violence. I'm not promoting anything like that. I'm just saying there are elements that, frankly, if we remove them from this world, we would be better off to have a fresh start. And those are usually the people in power that shouldn't be in power, that are not leaders, that are destroyers of worlds. And they should not be in those positions. Don't be one of those people. Don't be one of those negative elements in history. Don't be one of those negative elements that basically makes the world as shitty as it is. It doesn't need to be like this. There's plenty to go around if we're all responsible. But it comes down to the almighty dollar, and it's sad. But you don't have to do this. There is a better way. We just have to implement that way. And it starts with you and your attitude and helping your neighbor, helping your friend, helping your former colleague, helping your former coworker, helping those people that need the help. Help them. Not don't be exploited by them. No, no, no. Help them because they genuinely want help. If somebody's coming to exploit your generosity, fucking smack them in the head. But the people that truly need your help, that are not just trying to look for a free ride, help them out. Because there's people out there every day that are struggling. Right? Honestly, good people. Not addictions, nothing like that. They're just trying to put food on their table and a roof over their head, clothes in the back for their loved ones and their families and everything else. And that's all they're trying to fucking do. Not trying to live high in the hog. You have the means, help them out. Anyways, that's all I'm gonna say. Don't be the fucking Putins of the world. Don't hide your, don't be a fucking ostrich and hide your head in the sand, thinking that your shit don't stink, because it does. And smarten up. That's what I'm saying. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap this up. Holy crap, this is a long episode. If you've hung on this long, congratulations, because this is a long one. We're pushing the 40-minute mark, but lots to say today, lots to get off my chest. I got a lot going on in my world, like everybody else does. And the thing is that this had to be put out there. It had to be voiced. And I just want you to really, 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 really do some inner soul searching and think about it. Think about it. Truly and honestly, think about it. Don't lie to yourself anymore. Don't bullshit. Think about it and do something positive with it. Anyways, hey, I'm your host, Mad Morgan. Again, thank you for tuning in to Crime Musings. Thank you for being here. Um, you know, this is always an interesting ride, and I'm hoping it is helpful and therapeutic and informative and everything else to some of you people out there. This is why I do it, because, I do want to try to contribute in any way that I possibly can to make the world a better place, and that's all I'm saying. If I was looking for fame and fortune, yeah, you'd see my friggin' the same name that's on my friggin' driver's license out in the show. I'm not looking for that. I want you to listen for the message, not for the person, not for the host. I want you to listen to the message. That's all I want you to listen to. And make a positive change with that message. Anyway, check out themadmorgan.com. More information. If you want to help us out, share us, tell people about us, throw a few bucks our way. We'd always appreciate that. You can find out all that information on the website. And I'm not bullshitting you here. I actually get more and more emails on a weekly basis from groups that are looking, support groups, legal groups, people that are looking for mental health. People are looking to actually help people. They're actually reaching out to me to get more and more of their information and links put on their website, on our website, and that's growing. It's like it's kind of funny. It's kind of like automatic. It's weird how it's working on its own, but it's very fascinating. I think that we've built something here that slowly but surely is, expanding to hopefully reach people and help them out more and more and more. So, I'm hoping it's definitely one of those things that's going to benefit a lot of people. Anyways, love you. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to wrap it up. It's going to be a crazy couple days ahead, and I just got to get on it. Um, Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you next episode. Bye for now.